Hello there, YouTube family, and welcome back to Secrets and Confessions World, where we give you raw and unfiltered stories from all around the world. If you're here for the very first time, don't leave without subscribing to the channel so that you do not miss out on every video that I upload. If you have a story to share, just know that at Secrets and Confessions World, there is no story too big or too small. All your stories matter. DM us on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. We also have an anonymous message link attached to our Instagram handle. You can write your confession or your story there. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's get into today's story. I am a 32-year-old unmarried Nigerian man who has gotten his life figured out. I am a breadwinner for my family. Each time there's a crisis, everybody looks at me so that I can fix it. I do not find it hard to help any member of my family, but in the course of being there for my family, I brought problems into my life. Or let me say, I brought a problem into my house. There are a lot of creators in Nigeria who make such content as yours, and it may be easy for the people who know me to find it. So this is why I came to this small account, so that by the time that someone from my family or someone who knows me figures it out or hears the story, I would have gotten the resolutions to the problem that I have. The problem that I am talking about is a girl from my family, an orphan, a girl. Both her parents died in 2020 due to COVID-19. The girl, let me call her Patricia. She had nowhere to go. Everyone thought that if her parents died from COVID-19, it means that she might also be infected. So nobody wanted to take her in. Her mother was my sister, and in my family, we were only two children. My sister, who died in 2020, and myself. Patricia's father's family didn't want to take her, and now Patricia had only one place to go, which was me. In 2020, I was still young. I couldn't parent myself. Imagine parenting someone else. Regardless, I took her in still because everyone from my family was looking at me saying, "This is your sister's child. You should take care of her." I took her in. She was also still young back then, around 14 years old. Yes, she was 14. Yes, she was 14. Everything was still good. I treated her nicely. I treated her like my own daughter, even if I didn't know how to treat a daughter. She would sit on my lap and nothing would happen. She's a child, right? I did everything in my power to raise this child in the most godly way possible. We would go to church every Sunday. She would participate in praise and worship. Everything was good, okay? By 2024, she was already matured. Patricia had turned into a grown woman. I didn't know that when you raise a daughter, there is a point in time where you should stop calling her to sit on your lap or tickle her and all those type of things. A lot of people can ask as they are listening to this story and say, "Didn't I have a girlfriend or anything?" But that is just another story for another day, which I'm not going to say in detail. But when I was 21, I fell deep in love with this other girl called Amanda. Amanda was beautiful, but with the beauty came infidelity, disrespect, and lack of accountability. I justified every wrong thing that she did to me because I loved her. That's what love does to people, isn't it? I lost myself trying to please her, trying to keep her to myself until she broke me. From the time I was 21, when Amanda broke me, I told myself that I would never look at a woman even with a lustful eye. All I see are devil's descendants, unless the women are from my family. So now, let me take you back to when Patricia was 18. I would buy her gifts when I was coming back from work. I would call her, she would hug me, sit on my lap, and in my mind everything was okay. I thought everything was okay, everything was alright. I'm just taking care of the daughter that I was given. I didn't know that the devil had crawled his way into Patricia's mind. Patricia was lusting for me, or let me say over me. So close to the time that I'd be coming back from work, she would go take a shower, put some cologne on so that she smells good. Worse, she would put on a very short skirt and bend over here and there, and sometimes she would wear some tights that are like really showing her body and all that, not covered by anything else on top. When I would look at her, I would just see a child who's just dressed the way that she feels comfortable. I didn't know that in her mind she was seducing me, and with each and every time that I would call her to sit on my lap and hug her, she thought that I was into her. I don't want my story to be too long, okay? So let me rush you to 2025 February. I came back from work, tired. I called Patricia's name so that I can give her some things that I had bought for her. She didn't answer, so I thought maybe she went out to get some things. I walked to my room and bam, I saw Patricia naked in my room. I froze, dropped dropped the bag that I was holding, which had my laptop in it even. She didn't try to cover herself or run away. I just shut the door, went out of the house, took my car and drove away. She tried to call me. I declined the call. She tried to call me up again and I just placed my phone on silent through the whole trip that I went. I threw my phone at the back of the car, continued driving. I was away for 3 days. I couldn't stop seeing what I saw. When I came back, I took her to a boarding school. So when she came back for holiday after she spent one term at the boarding school, she came back and apologized. She said she was sorry for what she did. She didn't know what she was doing. I'm like, okay, it's fine. You were a child and I'm sure you were actually shocked when I reached and this was why you froze. I believed that because I wanted to believe it, not knowing that whatever words that I had said there were just seeds planted for her to continue again. She continued with her short skirts, tights, and thought, well, yeah, she's been doing this for a very, and I thought, well, she's been doing this for a very long time. So, this is just normal to her. This is how she feels like she can dress and she feels comfortable in my presence. That's okay. As time went by, the holiday is almost over. She was just the same, except that she was no longer getting into my room naked, right? Which was good. I say there were changes. When the holiday was left with a few days, I went out, bought some stuff for her so that she prepares for school to go to a boarding school. And when I came back, I went into her room. She was seated at her table, which would be looking opposite the door, right? So her back was towards the door. So I entered slowly because I had gotten a gift for her. I wanted to surprise her. When I walked slowly to her, dear Patricia was watching pornography, and I slowly backpedaled out of the room. And because I really didn't understand what was wrong with this child. While raising her, I made sure that she knows God before she knows the world. So how did the world catch up to her so fast? I couldn't really wrap my head around it. It's because in as much as I'm not her biological parent, I thought that I failed as a father. I was quiet because I didn't know how to talk to her about it. Fast forward to the day before her departure for school. She came into my room, sits on my lap. I was skeptical from the day that I saw her watching pornography, but then I allowed her so that she doesn't feel uncomfortable, right? And she asked me why I do not have a girlfriend. And I started explaining her the Amanda story, but while I was doing that, she was caressing me. And because I had gone numb when it comes to women and their physical touch, it was just like her moving a hand on my skin and nothing happens whatsoever. When I was about to finish telling her the story, she tried to kiss me. Then I pushed her really hard to the floor. She started crying. I saw that baby crying out yet again. But after what she had tried to do, I left the room. I went to the sitting room to watch something that can clear my mind. The next day I was at work and I was blessed by the presence of the police. They arrested me saying I am being convicted of rape. I know how it is with the world that when a woman talks about rape, you are guilty until proven innocent. So I was taken to the police station and they told me that I would be staying there until investigation is done. Patricia went to bruise herself before she went to the police station, and I do not know what she used to penetrate herself so that it looks like a man had sex with her before she reported. Little did she know that the police can really use technology to see if there is any of my DNA in her body after the penetration. They did the investigation. I went to court and I was found innocent. I was released. But before I left the police station, I filed for a restraining order against Patricia. I was furious and disappointed in her. Years of taking care of her like my daughter, only to be paid back by an attempt to imprisonment. The police didn't know that Patricia didn't have a place to go, so they said, all right, no problem, we'll file it. I went to my place, packed all her things, everything, and I took them to the police station the very same day. Then after that, she came to my house to ask for forgiveness, but because I still had this rage, I told her to leave that instant. Now I am calm, no more anger, and because of the years that we spent together being a family, I miss her. She's my blood. I honestly do not know what to do. Do you think I should find her? What should I do? My daughter can be out there alone, scared, most probably starving, when she has a mother's brother still living in a house that is full of comfort, care, and love. I thought to myself once, why not start a business for her and find an apartment for her to stay on her own so that when her business is running, she will pay her fees and also be able to know that when she comes from school, she has a place to stay. Is this a good idea? Oh, by the way, I had forgotten to mention this. So, during the time that I was being convicted, my whole entire family hated me. Patricia's father's family hated me too. Or maybe they still do, I do not know. But what Amanda did, Patricia did worse. Even though I claim to still love her the way that I did before she accused me of rape. So please, help me. What should I do? First thing that I could say, my brother, is that I feel like when somebody is wrongly accused of rape, they should stay in the prison for like 5 years, because you damage my reputation. When people see me, regardless of the fact that I'm innocent, right, people be like, nah, this guy definitely did it. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the video from the beginning until the end. Thank you so much for listening. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think in the comment section. And also do not forget to like the video and also subscribe if you're new to this channel. Until we meet again, guys, toodles. Jesus Christ.